General talking boys, Tottenham have put Pochettino on 5-year deal. Mauricio Pochettino has been appointed as the new head coach of Tottenham Hotspur on a 5-year deal. This is from the 27th of May 2014. The Argentine left his job at Southampton to take the position at White Hart Lane. Pochettino said this is a club with tremendous history and prestige. Sorry.
Wow.
Had to sneeze. And I am honoured to have been given this opportunity.
That wasn't a sneeze, that was a snigger.
It was a what?
A snigger.
I'm glad you put an S in front of that.
Will you stop?
There is an abundance of top-class talent at the club, and I am looking forward to starting work with the squad. Tottenham Hotspur has a huge following across the world. Really? And I have great admiration for the passion the fans show this team. Okay. We are determined to give the supporters the kind of attacking football and success that we are all looking to achieve. Chairman Daniel Levy added, in Mauricio, I believe we have a head coach who, with his high energy attacking football, will embrace the style of play we associate with our club. He has a proven ability to develop each player as an individual whilst building great team spirit and a winning mentality. We have a talented squad that Mauricio is excited to be coaching next season. You hope he is. But anyway, a funny tweet kind of came out of this actually because at Artwork Creative said Spurs 9 managers in 13 years and Mauricio Pochettino is given a 5-year contract. Wishful thinking? Very interesting point there, but hold your thoughts on that for a moment because Brian McDermott on the other side, one manager gets hired, the other one walks. Well, jumps before he was pushed again. Because on the 31st of May 2014, manager Brian McDermott has left Championship side Leeds United by mutual consent. The former Reading boss had been in charge since April 2013, having signed a 3-year contract. He helped keep the club in the Championship this season, during which time they were taken over by Italian businessman Massimo Cellino. Brian has been very understanding of my wish to implement a new structure, said Cellino. He is a great manager and a great guy. He's been unfortunate to work in such difficult circumstances. Difficult circumstances. I'm gonna come back to that actually. Is one of them ones. When Cellino's deal to take the majority shareholding of Leeds from GFH Capital was confirmed in January, McDermott was sacked only to be reinstated a day later. Hold that one in mind because also a new deal signed. So we've had one manager leaving one club to join another manager leaving, and one manager is staying put because Gus Poyet on the 28th of May 2014 signed a new deal at Sunderland. Sunderland boss Gus Poyet has ended speculation over his future by signing a new contract. The Black Caps confirmed on Wednesday evening that the 46-year-old Uruguayan who led the club to Barclays Premier League safety at the end of last season has put pen to paper on a deal which will keep him at the Stadium until 2016. Poyet said, I am delighted to extend my stay with Sunderland AFC after an unbelievable season and our famous Great Escape. Now, Liverpool have made their first signing of the transfer window and they confirmed that came straight out of left field at the back end of last week, Ricky Lambert. The 32-year-old currently out in Miami
I want to stop
with
you,
England's World Cup squad underwent a medical on Saturday after a fee of $4 million was agreed with the Saints. Lambert is understood to have agreed a 2-year deal with the Anfield club, who actually released him as a 15.
I just want to point out, right? Did I not bring this to your attention and you was like, come back to me when it's confirmed, yeah? And then did I not today come back to you with the confirmation?
Yeah.
I just
After
saying.
I'd already heard the confirmation.
Just saying.
I retweeted a Liverpool tweet about 7 o'clock this morning.
I'm just saying, there's all.
No, it's one of them ones. You know how. No, you know how I am. I know, with
but I'm just saying.
No, you know how I am with rumors.
I know, but I'm just.
I was seeing the rumors.
You know Ray Hodgson confirmed it.
I heard that. I heard rumor that he had
confirmed it live on TV.
But I didn't see. I didn't see that because I was working during England Peru, so I actually didn't see it.
As I say, I
saw England Peru on a delay about a day later.
On a delay.
How much confirmation do you need?
An official tweet from the club. God damn it!
As I say, I just wanted to point out. I told you about that. So that.
Told you. Actually, you weren't the one who originally told me about
it. Oh, will you stop?
No. I'm not even ripping you. No, it was actually Gary Batten. It was actually Gary Batten who I heard the rumor first from, because I was working and saw a text on my break. And
on his break, people.
Big shout out to Gary Batten, aka Mr. Batten of R&V Wrestling, because he dropped me a Facebook message saying, "Hands off our players, final warning." And I was thinking, wait, what are you getting at here? And he said, "Oh yeah, Lambert looks like he's going to you lot, and you've been linked with Lallana." Well, we had been linked with Lallana anyway.
Yeah.
So the Lambert thing came out of left field. But you know what? Firstly, I'll start with Ricky Lambert. I'll start with this in reverse order. Ricky Lambert, for £4 million, I got no problem with that. Proven Premier League striker, goal scorer, and he's going to be back up. He's going to be back up to Suarez and Sturridge. What the hell is that? No, it's $4 million, mate.
No.
What's that?
32.
32 what?
32.
32 what?
32.
So what if he's 32?
I'm just saying.
Didn't I just say the word experienced backup and he's on a 2-year deal?
Yeah, the two-year deal. I mean,
what are you scoffing at? What signings have your boys made yet?
Yeah, I mean,
There we go.
I'm just saying he's 32.
Yeah? Is there anything else there?
I'm just saying he's 32.
It's one of them ones. Yeah, those add-ons. Those add-ons apparently only apparently the addons only jack up the price by about $1 million and a half.
You got Barini on loan.
Yeah, he's back now.
Yeah, he's gonna come back, but like
competition for places. We're gonna be in the Champions League
you
next
never had
season.
places last season to have competition for places.
What?
For certain players that are coming back that had good seasons, you never had a competition. They never had a position in the team in the first place. Now they're gonna have to struggle against the likes of Lambert.
You do realize that the whole point of Barini going out on loan was to get the experience, like what United did with Welbeck, except
But that doesn't. I'm just trying to put a point across. I've seen it happen at Arsenal so many times where youngsters go out on loan. Yeah, and they get a fair good experience.
Flop and never come back.
No, they don't flop. They don't flop. Not all of them flop. They go out on loan. They get a fair.
Where's Frimpong?
Yeah, Frimpong dropped down to the low leagues, but he done that for.
And he's still dench.
But basically, that happened within the club. Yeah, where his demise came from. The likes of Carlos Vela. Let's look at his stats.
What, and the fact that you're apparently going to activate the buyback clause.
Yeah.
It's rumours. That's why I say apparently.
If that was to happen, it's not a bad move, considering buying back for 3 or 4 million and 16 goals, 12 assists. Not a bad move.
Yeah. Lambert's not a bad move either.
Although if other rumours are to be believed about that deal, apparently he doesn't want to return. So
yeah.
Well, if other rumours are to believe, he's been actually tweeting how he loves Arsenal so much and stuff like that. You could and how he named his cat. He named his cat something stupid like Arsenal, something stupid like that.
Really?
Ridiculous stories
just
like
to kick it and say I kicked Arsenal in the back.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Apparently, there's so many rumours flying about.
Here's the thing, right?
I love the fact.
If I was going to name a cat after Arsenal, anything Arsenal related, I would have gone with Highbury. That's what I would have named the cat.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is, Lambert for $4 million is not too bad. The add-ons. Those add-ons equaling $9 million, I'd love to see the sources that actually prove that, because those sources equaling $9 million. I read earlier today that the add-ons don't even come close to the $9 million that some media outlets have been quoting. So as said, you'll hear a lot of rumors, but $4 million, mate. How are the add-ons gonna end up costing twice as much as the player? That doesn't even make sense. You know what? One of them ones where that's why I don't believe rumours, because that doesn't even make sense. Add-ons equaling $9 million, so £5 million worth of add-ons for a £4 million player. That doesn't even make sense.
But
it's experienced backup, especially for, like I said to you guys on WhatsApp, experienced backup mainly for the Premier League. Yeah. While Suarez and Sturridge, they're the main men. They're the main man. They're the main man. They're the main man. They're the main man. So it's one of them ones. That's the way I see it. I don't mind that. That's not Lambert. Let's not get this wrong. Yeah, Lambert is a Liverpool supporter. Always has been. So he's gonna come to the club. He's gonna be up for it. He's gonna want to do well. And we ain't talking Liverpool supporter like Craig Bellamy or Robbie Keane, who support every team they've been to. But the fact of the matter is, hey, there's picture proof of him being a Liverpool supporter anyway. Same deal with Russell Howard too, but that's a different issue. But the fact of the matter is, experience backup, good player. He's already done well in the Premier League for the past couple of seasons. Fine, happy with that. Lallana is rumours at the moment. Rumour has it we've tabled a 25 million bid. Rumours.
I only have one issue with Lambert joining, right?
What's that?
And I think
he's not our marquee signing.
No. I'm not even. That wasn't even the point I was going to make. What I think it points towards is a plan B, right? Because when you're
the second person I've seen.
When you look at the nucleus in terms of how it works, right? Suarez, Sturridge, as you lot like to call him, and of course Barini, they all have pace, right? Somewhat electric pace at that. So when you go to Ricky Lampert now, by comparison, there's an absence of pace. So does that mean that the team is going to play differently when he's leading the line?
Well, we naturally play to feet anyway. So he can be a very good link-up.
No, I'm not saying that he's not going to be effective. I'm just saying by comparison to playing with somebody like Barini, Sturridge as you lot call him, or Suarez, where you can play the ball in behind, right? With Lambert and his comparative lack of pace, is that possible?
Well, he'll be a link man to one of the others.
No, but this is what I mean.
That be the thing. You can't if you're taking one touch like the boot and threading it through like the Debussy did for Remy, then that's not necessarily slowing down an attack.
No, but what I'm saying is, right, Remy also had the pace to just, burn on that particular goal.
True, but Debussy ain't pacey.
I'm saying that the thing is, the signing of Lambert for me indicates that when he plays, the style of play will change accordingly, which means that there's a plan B.
Yeah.
Whereas with Suarez and Sturridge, you pretty much have one way to play.
Yeah. And it wasn't that bad.
Pace, baby. Pace, baby. I'm just saying.
And it worked last season.
I'm not saying it didn't work. I'm not saying it's not effective. I'm just saying that with this addition, there's obviously something else to go to now.
Yeah.
Whereas last year, you pretty much had one way and that was it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of somewhere else to go, Pochettino. For me, Pochettino, in terms of leaving Southampton to go to Tottenham, he's left a team with unlimited potential to go to a team who are perennial failures, and with perennial failures with a meddling chairman, and that's not a smart move. I don't think it's the smartest move. Because either he's gonna have to get the best out of that 100 million worth of average Jay Brown talent, apart from Christian Eriksen, that was spent last season, or he's gonna have to start shipping people out at a cost. Daniel Levy's a businessman. We know that.
I think you'll see a combination of both of those things. The other thing as well is that realistically speaking, what we're really talking about is opportunity. That's what we're talking about. And will Mauricio Pochettino have a chance to manage a club of the stature of Spurs again in the recent future? Probably not. So that's why
he'll get better.
That's why he jumps at the chance. Now, the real question. The G-Man just laughing. It's so funny. But no, I mean, the thing that I actually wonder about is what happens to Southampton now. That's what I wonder about, because you have that one's for Mr. Bailey, but you have Lambert leaving. There's talk of Lallana potentially leaving. There's talk of Shaw leaving.
Lovren.
I'm saying all of your key players now, all of a sudden jumping ship. So what happens to that team? Like one or two, you say, yeah, all right, you can survive the standard cherry pick, but they're not Udinese. You see what I mean? Where literally most of your best players leave every season apart from your captain, and somehow you're still challenging. You see what I mean? So what I'm worried about. I went
Arsenal in that example,
but I'm talking about more than one of your best players leaving at the same time. That's what I mean.
I thought you were talking about Arsenal.
Stop it. But that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the ripple effect for Southampton. The other thing as well is that with this big deal, with him signing on essentially the reputation he's gained as a...
What's he doing?
I don't know. There wasn't brushing any dirt off his shoulder. Yeah. But Yeah, with him signing this deal based on the reputation that he gained as of the performances last season, what I'm wondering is, can he actually bring that to that Spurs team? The other thing as well, looking at it honestly, right, those players weren't necessarily performing terribly under Tim Sherwood. They really weren't. And
yeah, but we always knew that was going to be a short-term thing because he was only on an 18-month contract.
It was, and the get-out clause was always there in front of everybody's face for those who wanted to see it, you know. But at the same time, as I say, when you have certain players in that dressing room who are actually behind Tim Sherwood, want him to have time, and I honestly feel like if he had, you know, another season to go into where he can sign one or two players, you probably see even more improvement from that team, you know. For those players now to suddenly have to go and accept another change of regime, so you've got, you know,
take time.
New managers, new assistant coaches, interpreters. I'm just like, is that really the best thing in terms of continuity for those players and where the club wants to go?
Well, would you say the same thing about Moyes leaving United and Van Gaal coming in then?
I would beg to differ with that. The reason why I beg to differ with that is that we're talking about two totally different scenarios, in that if certain reports are to be believed, players and former coaches have all come out and said the same thing, which is essentially David Moyes didn't listen, right? And for me, my thing with that is, if more than one person in different positions is saying the same thing, there has to be a big slice of truth in there somewhere in that pie. So I'm looking at it, I'm saying, well, the other thing is Manchester United aren't Tottenham. They're not. And we're looking at, you know...
you were worse than them last season.
Will you stop? Anyway, when we're looking at the financial impact of that, there's so many knock-ons.
The financial impact of not being as bad as Tottenham, even though you were worse.
Will you stop? But no, like, seriously, there's so many other factors at play in this. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I honestly believe David Moyes lost the dressing room completely. There was no one
lost the dressing room, then lost his job.
Literally, there was no one advocating for him to stay at any point. I think the players themselves were utterly confused. If you look at most of the performances last season under David Moyes, and the change was needed. It was necessary. You know, I really don't think there was any other way to go unless you wanted to accept the fact that yes, this is what Manchester United are now, and nobody, you know, supporting the club, in the club, around the club, you know, accepts that at all. You know, I said it, you know, at the start of the season, said in the middle of the season, I said at the end of his tenure, he was out of his depth. He totally underestimated what it means to be Manchester United manager, much less to be the one that's chosen by Sir Alex Ferguson to be his predecessor. So, you know,
all right. Well, let's start this back into Pochettino and the other deals.
As I say, I think
because Poyet signing a new deal at Sunderland is fantastic.
Yeah, I just want to touch on Pochettino anyway. So there's a few points that you brought up in terms of
both of you have
in terms of Tottenham. Yeah, if I was a Tottenham fan, I'd be seriously alarmed at the moment.
Why?
And the reason why I'm going to say that is
because West Ham are mocking the treble.
No, it's got nothing to do with West Ham and that funny T-shirt that they got. But you know, but in terms of
stand up if you hate Tottenham.
Tottenham, yeah. 2 seasons ago, they had Harry Redknapp.
Yeah.
Harry Redknapp was on a very good thing. He was distracted. He was distracted by the likes of England.
Yes.
So they decided to part company with him over that situation.
Yeah. Even though they had a good thing going.
He's gone.
A real good thing.
He's gone to QPR.
Yeah.
He's gone to QPR. They've dropped down. He's brought them back up first time round.
Yeah.
Harry Redknapp has proved his credentials. That's a very good manager, you know, that has proved his credentials.
Go on.
Right, AVB, who then they then signed, is a treble winning manager.
Yeah.
He got
the short end of the stick at Chelsea.
He got signed to Chelsea. Short end of the stick at Chelsea. Yeah, you know, but in that, you know, he's still got his credentials behind him. Who has done the treble?
Well, look,
what manager has done the treble? He's one of Tottenham's best managers. Tim Sherwood comes along. He then goes and betters that record. Being an Arsenal man, he would.
That win percentage was good.
That win percentage was good, yeah. And he wanted to. He had a different way of thinking, different style of system, and different characteristics to him as a person.
Yes. Yeah,
in the way he dealt with the media and everyone. And you would have thought, you know what, maybe Tottenham might have been edgy and tried something different here, you know. As you've seen the likes of Man United, you just touched on, who Alex Ferguson left, they brought in David Moyes, who never really
ultimately flopped.
Well, ultimately flopped because he never really had the credentials. He had the credentials of running a mid-table team.
Yeah.
Or better half, top 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it's like when it came to the Galactico, of football, it's like totally out of his region and his remit.
Fair enough.
Now Pochettino, in my eyes, all right, it's the same sort of situation. He's at Southampton. He's got the freedom to do whatever he wants there. Yeah. Like Southampton are looking and begging for someone that's going to bring a style of play, going to bring freedom, going to attract fans, new fanship from the Portsmouth fans, like, that are probably defecting and stuff like that in that area because they're so close knitted and stuff. And it's like he's going to go to Tottenham, a club who have just spent wasted 100 million last season, and in my eyes, they got rid of a very capable two managers, and you're gonna go there. Are they gonna give you money? You said that. Are they gonna give him money for one? Two, if he has to work with these players, we already knows the bad seeds in there. Tim Sherwood's outed some of the bad seeds. He must have heard who the bad seeds are. Are they gonna work underneath him? Yeah. And if they do, are other players gonna get unnerved by this? Yeah. And it's like, for me, it's like a very bad situation for him to put himself in, because himself is going to know, I want to build on top of this. Can he build on it? Everyone else is going to be improving, their squads. No,
I hear that.
How quick and effectively can he get them playing the style of football that Tottenham need to be playing, or get results?
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting point that you make about the money, because that leads to what signings will he make. Like what players can he attract to somebody like Tottenham that he couldn't attract to, say, Southampton? And what Southampton players would he want to bring them in? Because let's be honest, almost every manager takes at least one player from their former club with them anyway. So that's going to be interesting to see who he brings in. The other thing as well, with so much chopping and changing, as that tweet pointed out, it's going to be really, really difficult. Do you know what I mean? In the NFL, for example, and I know I keep crossing back over to that, when teams fire their head coaches and other new head coaches come in, new assistants come in, we're talking about new playbooks, new philosophies, changing of schemes in a lot of cases, and essentially it's the same thing with Tottenham here again, with Pochettino, his assistants, and what he wants to go and do. Now the question is, are the players willing to adapt to that? Do they want to adapt to that? And how is that all going to work out in terms of that integration and what their aims are going to be for the season? And that's the other thing, you have to look at what the chairman Daniel Levy is actually what he wants out of this, because if
he's going to end up meddling again,
more than likely. And the thing is that if it's not to his liking at all, then you have to say that even though he's on a 5-year deal, he'll be shown the door. I mean, as a kind of comparison, let's look at Alan Pardew, right, and his contract deal at Newcastle, right? If Newcastle continue to underperform, never matter how long he's got in his contract, he's out the door, he's getting a severance package, and that's it. So is it a really, really good move for him in that sense? I would say no.
I don't think it's a good move for Pochettino,
because if it goes south at any point within that time frame, Daniel Levy's already shown, look, he's not going to be afraid to let him go. That 5 years is not 5 years. It's more or less a pay as you manage contract, which he would have been better off signing, to be fair.
But then the thing is, you got, on the flip side, you got Poyet's deal, which is fantastic for Sunderland. That's smart.
Absolutely
that's
brilliant.
That's a smart
Absolutely
deal. That's
brilliant.
Consolidation. That's very, very smart. But then you got Brian McDermott on the other side, who, you know what? Brian McDermott, as much as I don't like to be jaded or a cynic, it was always going to happen. It was either McDermott was going to jump or he was going to be pushed. I mean, come on, let's be honest about this. From time, where was it?
From when, man?
Where was it? He has been unfortunate to work in such difficult circumstances. And that was Massimo Cellino who said that. Hey, Massimo, you were the one who created those difficult circumstances, you moron. What? When I was reading that out, I thought to myself, hold on. He's been unfortunate to work in such difficult circumstances. Mate, you created them. You made you made his position untenable by sacking him before you'd even taken over the club and then reinstating him a day later. How the hell is someone supposed to manage and get the respect of the players when the owner's doing that straight away? How the bomber are you going to do that?
La Bamba.
I mean, it's one of them was la bomba. Cellino's crazy, but the fact of the matter is, McDermott, it was always going to happen.
Well, I look at it.
It was always going to happen. I said Sunderland smart, Tottenham smart to get a good up and coming manager.
Yes.
Pochettino. Not smart joining Tottenham. As said, you've gone from a team with infinite potential to a team of perennial failures with a meddling chairman. Good luck, Mauricio, because you're going to need it. But the fact of the matter is, Brian McDermott, it was always going to happen. Writing was on the wall as soon as Cellino breezed in and sacked him straight away. Writing was on the wall.
I agree with you about the Sunderland holding on to...
Leeds are a mess.
I agree with you about Sunderland holding on to Poyet. I think that's a very, very... I think that's a smooth move, to quote Chris Smooth. Just because...
Smooth I know is JB.
So, for me, he's more than earned that deal. It'll be interesting to see what kind of leeway he gets this coming season, how much money he gets, who's able to bring in, and if they're able to actually build and expand on, their run at the end of the season. I mean, can they bring the end of season form to the start of the season or the middle of the season, shall we say? That will be what's interesting going forward. But in terms of Cellino and Brian McDermott, I look at Vincent Tan and Malky Mackay, and I say essentially we're looking at the same scenario repeating itself over again. Over and over again, like literally, because
over and over and over and over and over, the morons in the game of football. I don't know where these meddling chairmen come from. But anyway, it's one.
Yeah, so as I say, for me, I'm really not sure as to how that dynamic is gonna work at all. I'm really not. But you know what? I think it's about that time that we ask somebody with ties to the club, okay, who loves the club a lot more than me. Because I'll be honest, most people I know hate Leeds. No, I'm joking.
You're Man United supporter, I'd expect that.
No, I'm joking. But no, Mr. Rusty Lee.
AKA Russ Vernon, what's your view? You wanted to jump in on McDermott and if you want to mention something about the other deals, feel free. Russ Vernon, floor is yours, dude. McDermott, what do you reckon?
Well, to be honest, for me, when I first heard about it, I was a bit surprised because I was on the way back from Wembley when the news broke on the McDermott situation, and my cousin gave me a phone call, and when you survive, and then meaning I'm on the way back surviving still, so I'm like, yes. And then he went, you ain't got a manager anymore. I'm like, what? And then he went, McDermott's left by mutual consent. At first I thought it was joking, but I then saw it. There's some text messages that I got, and for me, I'd just like to read you a little bit of this statement from what Brian McDermott had to say. When finally, to the incredible force that is the Leeds United supporters, now for my heartfelt thanks. Your support of me and the players was always an inspiration. I urge every one of you to get behind the team and the new owner next season to get us back where we need to be, fighting for trophies and competing at the top table of English and European football. It won't be easy, but marching on together, we can get there. I wish Massimo and all my friends at Ellen Road every success in the future. And from me, Brian, and from every other Leeds United fan, thank you for your efforts in time at Ellen Road. That was I agree with LJA, Liam Angel, that the writing was on the wall when Cellino came in. But when I first heard an interview with Cellino on the club's official TV channel and said he was under difficult circumstances, no had to work into, me and my dad thought it was going to be keeping him on, but obviously they decided to go a different way. He's actually come out and said to a reporter who's been speaking to him on a regular basis, saying that Benito Carboni won't be in charge of the club next season. He's going to be taking charge of the under-21s. Elsewhere in the Leeds United world, today the Leeds players met for the first time with new owner and club president Massimo Cellino. Cellino told the Leeds United website, I met all the players on Monday and they showed me they wanted to stay at the club. They work for the club and not Massimo Cellino. The respect, and they showed me respect and have a fantastic professionalism towards the club. We have a better team than we first thought. All the players are hungry to be involved in this new project at Leeds United. He also confirmed today, Cellino, that the Leeds United playing staff will now take a 2-week break before returning for pre-season training on the 26th of June. And we head out to Italy for a pre-season date, which dates are yet to be confirmed on that one as well.
You know what, Russ, you know what? I got a question for you. Wait, hold on. I swear part of that quote I just heard was, we work for the club, not Cellino.
Yes, that's what Cellino said today on the website, speaking to the website after meeting all the players this afternoon.
But was it the players who said we work for the club, not Cellino?
Yes, that's what the players said to Cellino in the meeting, that they work for the club, not him.
Do you know what? The reason why I wanted you to clarify that is because, guys, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but that kind of line being said by the players, you've already got a problem.
Oh,
you've already got a problem. If it's not one team, one dream, you're screwed. And you know what, Russ? I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but
I'm afraid he's got some bad news.
I've heard about that guy. Someone Barrett, something like that.
Sorry, I had to do it.
No, but the fact of the matter is, if you've got the players coming out and saying, we don't work for you, we work for the club, that's basically kind of, it's not a mutiny, but it does not sound good, because then it means that if the chairman hands down an edict, people are not going to listen to it.
Absolutely.
Also it shows that there's a clear division between the players and upper management. And we've seen companies have divisions between the talent and upper management before. Remember WCW? Where are they now? So it's one of them ones. It's not good. Yeah, exactly. Jamie Bailey just said Moyes at Man United. It's one of them ones. When you've got divisions between upper management or management and chairman and that kind of thing, and the players, and they're public about it, and they come out about it in public, or at least in a public forum, and that gets leaked to the public, you're screwed. I'm sorry, but you're screwed.
And I just want to point out there was some paper talk and rumours going around about Ross McCormack leaving. He's come out and said on his official Twitter feed, at Ross McCormack 44, give him a follow and tell him I sent you. He said the paper talk is just lazy, as they know they had a good relationship with Brian McDermott, and he will be staying with the club and trying to help us get back to the top flight of English football. And also, while I'm on, I want to give a shout out to one of my good friends, Rose Mousley, who's in this evening. She doesn't mind football, she just watches the World Cup, and she said when she knew I was going to be speaking on tonight's programme, she said she would tune in. So I to hers, and her sister Tara, who's probably tuned in with her as well. And if you guys will do me a favour, Liam, Gman and Gezzie, give Rose a wave on the camera and say hello to her, please, as well.
What is up? What is up, Rose? What is up?
Who's Rose? Who's Rose?
He's just mentioned.
G-Man, you're asking who Rose is. Rose is a good friend of mine, and I've met her through her sister Tara, who probably tuned in as well with her, because they share the same bedroom, so they're probably tuned in together this evening. So hi to Tara and to Rose. Thank you for listening to Pitch Talk, your Monday night footballing fix. Stay with us for the rest of the evening.
Oh, good, man. Oh, good. It's one of them ones, man. No, that is. Gee, man, you're terrible. All good, man. But the fact of the matter is,
when he goes to get, it's an orange juice break.
Yeah, the juice.
I'm like, can we not just like pull it up and just start again now that he's gonna put his headphones back on?
Well, I suppose we could.
Reload.
I just want to say a big shout out to Rose and her friend who are right now watching us.
I thought it was her sister.
It's the Gman Gezzie Fizzle and the LJA right here, sending a big shout out to you two girls, special ladies out there, Russ's friends, and we just want to say.
Why is he putting on that voice? Why is he talking like that?
Because his theme song's on right now. That's what it is. If you don't know, now you know.
After what I've heard about the G-Man's weekend, yes, this should be a theme song. But then after Wembley Way, it should be yours.
International player.
G-Man and Gezzie Fizzle.
I'm just saying, my theme song's ever so slightly different.
Working with the ladies. I love it. It's tremendous. But you know what, Jamie Bailey, you wanted to jump in on some of these topics as well. Floor is yours, man. Have at it before we move on.
Yeah, I'm just watching Crime Watch.
Why would you be watching Crime Watch? You're not looking out for Friends again, are you?
I think I am, but you know what? I'll leave that to somebody else.
Jesse just gave me the Jesus face palm almost.
No, I was just gonna say, looking back at the three sort of decisions over the last week, 7 days, most of them just seem a bit pointless. The Cellino one was I almost saw that coming, and I still don't know if he actually is the owner of the club.
Well, he is at the moment, but he is actually still waiting on a written response from the Italian court that was going through proceedings about his I think it was his tax evasion. So
he's not likely to be getting that anytime soon.
So basically, he could still get indicted. You know how to get that one. He could still get indicted as Leeds chairman. So it's one of them ones.
Put it this way: he's not likely to be getting it anytime before the current season. If I know what laws are like.
Yeah.
As far as I see with Poyet, does anybody want to correct me on the name? No?
Gus Poyet.
There you go. I said Poyet.
Same difference, really, but go
Same
on.
difference. As far as I see with Gus Poyet, he's found his place, I would say, with Sunderland. Considering what happened at Brighton. And that was over another coach literally taking a dump in the Crystal Palace changing room.
Well, that was never proven. That's rumor. That was never ever proven that Poyet did that. That was never.
He didn't. That's what I'm saying. Another coach did it.
So all I can say, it was never proven.
Coach. That's what I'm saying. Another coach did it because one of the players that I know, who are now sort of one of the Premiership's most skillful players of the season.
Well, Yannick Bolasie, yeah.
Yeah. He was.
I want to ask you a question. Actually, have you promoted PT to Yannick Bolasie?
I don't get to see him as much. Obviously,
but whenever you've seen him, have you been able to promo the show?
Have you been telling him that you've been bigging him up on Pitch Talk? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
because you know how when you was with Arsenal ladies, I'd always ask, but did you chat to Alex Scott though? I'm saying
with Alex Scott, I couldn't actually talk to her within the 2 weeks that I was actually at the club.
I know, but I'm saying in the case of Yannick, have you been telling him that you've been praising him? You know,
I've not really seen him in the last. Put it this way, I've not seen a lot of people in the last 4 months. So I wouldn't know if I couldn't really say to him listen to Pitch Talk when. He's been out with Crystal Palace, gone to New York, come back. He was at the fight on Saturday, which Nathan Arsenal was as well.
By the way, big shout out to Nathan Arsenal, aka Nathan McCreef, who also featured in Pitch Talk at the FA Cup Final 2014, and also a big shout out to Matt Whitfield and Elliot Waller, who we actually also wanted to get. And Jamie Bailey as well. We wanted to get the three of you, being that your PT family, we wanted to get you guys on Pitch Talk at the FA Cup Final. Hull v Arsenal. There was a chance, but hey, it's one of them ones. One can't grieve forever.
That is.
But
Sorry.
anyway, but in terms of promoing the show, to Yannick Bolasie, hey, you got to promo it to him, man. It's one of them ones you never know. Somewhat. So how do you know if someone's going to listen or not if you don't tell them about it? Tell them. Tell them. Bomba, tell them.
No, it's just I'm gonna go straight back to what I was talking about, considering that's
Anyway, back to the story.
Couple round on meal strike card. Have at it, man, before we move on.
Yeah, literally, if I look at all three of them, considering that I've just been given a position to coach under 16s in a Jewish setup, it'll be at amateur level. It'll be interesting to see how some of those really plan out. Whether Leeds United will have the same owner by the start of the season is a different story. Whether Tottenham Hotspur actually managed to adhere to a 5-year contract would be funny just to watch. And I think with the Sunderland one, congrats, and I think he's found his feet in the Premiership. I think Di Canio, his predecessor, has already come out saying that he's still looking for a job. But I would say he might as well just become somebody's secretary before he starts blowing up something else.
You're going to say something else. It's like Bill Bailey. Hey, Asda, I ain't going to be your... No. I love that song.
No, I just think that for me, it's just one of those ones. Why would you pretty much kick your players off the pitch? Why would you try and stand in front of your fans? And if you're going to be, everybody's going to see what you really are like if they're going to be putting you in a position of power.
Yeah. Well, that's the past. And at the end of the day, just to kind of wrap this up, it's a case of Sunderland signing Poyet to a new deal. Smart move. Liverpool getting Lambert, I'm actually quite happy with that. I think it's a smart move. McDermott leaving Leeds, we're always going to see that come. We always saw that coming anyway. And Pochettino, I don't know if it's a smart move in moving to Tottenham, but hey.